The dust has settled on the Matthew Tkachuk to Florida trade. We looked at The Athletic, they gave us their answers. Today, we hear it straight from the man himself, Matthew Tkachuk. Welcome back, hockey fans. Welcome in if this is your first time to the channel. I'm Josh. This is the Hockey Flow, and today, it's Sunday, July 24th, 2022. That's right, we get it from Matthew Tkachuk, the man, the myth, the legend, the unicorn himself. That's coming up on another edition of Rumor Roundup. We got a lot of fun things to talk about on Today in Hockey. But first and foremost, we got to get to Today in Hockey history. Then we got a couple of headlines to get to, including some big news. We had a potential reverse retro 2.0 leak. That's right. Looks like we get our first official one, potentially. We'll talk all about that, take a gander at it as well. And then we're getting into the meat and potatoes. We're heading back to the hockey writers, the excellent Jim Parsons, for our Rumor Roundup. That's right, we're back at it. Jim Parsons compiles all the rumors that he's hearing from everywhere, and we react to them. So let's see what's cooking. Let's go, Oilers fans. You might be excited for this one. If you do enjoy the content, take a moment, like the video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it. We're just getting started. We're going to keep bringing you videos every day. Want to make sure you don't miss a beat, right? All right, Today in Hockey history. On this date, July 24th, in 1985, we have another birthday. Happy birthday. Bruins center Patrice Bergeron is born. That's right, on this date in 1985. He is actually the highest scoring player born on this date with 375 goals and 917 points to date. And hopefully going to keep building on that this year, right, Bruins fans? All right, headlines. We got a couple of them today. Seattle Kraken, you guys are back in the news. Morgan Geekie, he did ink a one-year, $1.4 million deal with the team. Good for him. That is the older brother of Connor Geekie, Arizona Coyotes, the recent first-round draft pick. So good for them. All right, here it is. Vancouver Canucks. You guys, this showed up last night on Twitter. I think it was over on a Facebook marketplace, actually, is where this originated from. But it does appear that this is the Vancouver Canucks Reverse Retro 2.0. So their new Reverse Retro for this upcoming season. Tell you what, just off the face of it, did have some red flags, right? The NHL logo, as we can see on this one, silver and black, right? This one we can clearly see is orange and black. So that's a red flag right away. But if you look closely at the stitching along the Adidas emblem and stuff on the back with the size information, that stitching is flawless. The logo looks great. All the other stitching looks really well. Essentially what we're seeing online, everyone does think that this is legit and this is going to be their design. And tell you what, I like it. I do actually enjoy it. I did see some other red flags that this was a logo that actually wasn't used before, which would be interesting, right? Doesn't necessarily fit with the reverse retro theme, but I tell you what, I love it. I love the color combination, that green and dark blue with the white. It just looks great in that logo. That just screams of reverse retro to me, or retro, excuse me, not necessarily reverse, but I do like it. I really enjoy these jerseys. Canucks fans, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys enjoy these? Would you like to see something else? I know I really did want to see the Vancouver with the V on the front, the two-tone. Man, I really would have liked to see a variation on that, but this is really cool too. But all right, article of the day, we got to get into it. It's our Rumor Roundup. That's right, we got another Rumor Roundup. NHL rumors. Today we're looking at the Flames, Predators, Oilers, and Canadiens. That's right. All right, again, brought to us by the excellent hockey writers, the wonderful Jim Parsons. Excellent job all the time. Love revisiting these articles. We're going to keep bringing them. And let me know in the comments what you guys think on these too. But all right, let's get into it. Tkachuk says, time to look elsewhere. So if you caught the video yesterday, we dove deep into an article from The Athletic. They asked 7 questions. They gave us answers on the trade in general. And tell you what, it's a lot of great speculation. It's fun to dive deep into that. But no one knows better than Tkachuk, right? And that's what happened. So Jim Parsons relayed some info today that Matthew Tkachuk, he did an exclusive interview. I believe that was with Sportsnet. I saw him on SportsCenter too. But end of the day, he said the decision was not based on one thing. It was an amalgamation of everything. I get it, right? He mentioned the lifestyle, he mentioned the beach. I mean, there were a lot of different things that Calgary just can't provide that Florida can. So I get it. You know what? It's good for him. He even talked about how he set this up intentionally. He signed the bridge contract, so he knew he'd be a restricted free agent at this point in his career. He really bet on himself, and it paid off. A big 8 years, $76 million extension for him, and he's in a great place. The Panthers, man, they really did. They shook it up, but they shook it up in a good way, right? Like, again, we talked about it yesterday, so I won't go into too much detail. I'll leave the link down in the description for you guys, but the other big piece I took out of this article today was him saying Johnny Gaudreau leaving was not a factor. So we did talk about that yesterday. The Athletic speculated, Matthew Tkachuk's stats really did peak this last season when he moved on to that top line with Johnny. So him, with Johnny leaving, would that impact Tkachuk's thinking? And he says, no, not at all. This was my decision in and of itself. But tell you what, I have to think something in the back of his mind that had to play a factor. But he says it didn't. So all right, Predators were not among teams pitching for Tkachuk. So we're wearing the Smashville jersey today in honor of this news, I guess. But Nashville, the GM came out and said that they were not on the list of teams that Tkachuk submitted to the Flames. We did speculate that they were one of the teams that would be in on Tkachuk, and a lot of this came from the Athletic's Jeremy Rutherford, and he's sticking to his sources. He says a source did say that Tkachuk was interested in Nashville, but he did actually confirm, if he may not have actually put Nashville on the official list submitted to the Flames. So depending on where his source heard that from, maybe Tkachuk was just making someone feel good, right? But all right, here we go. Let's go Oilers! I'm excited for this. So according to Kurt Levens, the Oilers plan to add 2 more contracts, Jim Parsons says, and they do give us a few players here. So Sonny Milano, Evan Rodriguez, and Johan Larsson. I tell you what, right off the bat, Sonny Milano, make it happen. I don't know if you guys saw Jay Fresh's passing stats. He's taking a swing at compiling those, and Sonny Milano graded out really well. Just from the visual, the eye test, being on the West Coast, I catch a lot of Ducks games just by happenstance. It happens to be on the TV, and Sonny Milano is an excellent player. He really showed such improvement this season, and especially him and Zegras. I know everyone's going to know he's the one that scored the goal. Zegras is over the net pass, right? But aside from that, he had a really great season, played really well with them. I couldn't fit the player card on here, or else I would have. Evan Rodriguez had a great first half, really petered out in the second half, and not sure if that first half is then an anomaly, but he kind of did come back down to earth that second half, but still would be a great addition if we get him at a really cheap number, absolutely. And Johan Larsson, I mean, it's got to be real cheap, right? Real cheap, but Sonny Milano, that's who I've got my eye on. Let's go Oilers, make it happen, Sonny Milano, and let's keep Puljujärvi, let's get Yamamoto re-signed, all of it. Okay, and then the last name that they did mention was Phil Kessel. Now, don't get me wrong, the man's a legend in his own regard. His resume speaks for itself. Last season, he just didn't score very much, and that's what he's got to do. Was that a product of being on that terrible Coyotes team, or is that a product of Father Time catching up to him? I tell you what, I don't want to take a flyer on this one, unless it was, I don't even want to. Even if it was the league minimum here, I don't know if I would take a flyer. Phil Kessel, he's good for some laughs and has had an excellent career, but I think his time might be done as far as an impact scorer at the NHL level. So let's go Oilers, Sonny Milano, let's make it happen. And last but not least, we're going to Montreal. Canadiens still intend to trade Dvorak. So Christian Dvorak, he's on a pretty team-friendly deal. It's $4.45 million over the next 3 years. That is per year. But considering they traded for him, thinking he was going to be maybe a lot more impactful, and they were also in a different spot when they traded for him. So there are teams that are interested, according to Jim Parsons, what he compiled. There are teams interested, especially at that price point. And hey, all the rumors were talking about Pierre-Luc Dubois heading to Montreal, right? He wants to be there. Well, they got to make some cap room, and if they shipped out Dvorak, that would be a great step, and it would create a nice opening for Pierre-Luc Dubois. So that's going to do it for the Rumor Roundup today. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in. Who should we add, Oilers fans? Who would you like? And for every hockey fan out there, who do you believe, or do you believe Matthew Tkachuk? Did Johnny Gaudreau have no impact? His leaving have no impact on his decision? I still think there's something there. But that's going to do it for the video. Again, thank you guys so much for the support. We're just getting getting started. We're a few months in, and I love it. This is so much fun, but you guys did it. We've hit that 100 subscriber mark, so we're going to have a special video. I have to get my ducks in a row and get everything together. I'm going to shoot for next Saturday or Sunday. We're going to have the video out telling you what you need to do. It's going to be real simple, but it's going to have all the rules and official giveaway, legal jargon, all that stuff. So I'm going to be a $100 gift card to NHL Shop just as a token of my appreciation. First of many giveaways we're going to do just to say thank you, because I do. I appreciate you guys. Until tomorrow, cheers.